Cup of the Word. We're in Psalm 77, and Psalm 77 reminds us that humanity is not always rainbows and butterflies, that living as a person on this earth is not always an easy thing, and the Bible doesn't shirk away from difficult topics like grief. This psalm is one of the most poignant psalms of grief in the whole Bible, and it deals with that topic based off of something that very often happens when we are in some great time of trial, as the psalmist obviously was, which is we begin to view God differently because of our suffering. Is God really a good God? Is He going to forget me when His mood is bad? Has He turned His back on me? Has He found something that He dislikes about me? And have I incurred His wrath? Is God given up on me? Does He not care about me? Is He a kind of a distant God that has no love for His people? And the psalm begins with that very human characteristic of suffering and beginning to question deity, beginning to question why God? Why would you be this way, and why would you let me go through this? And in verse 10, what we get to see is that the psalmist comes to a realization that it is not God that has changed, but it is his suffering and grief that has colored his view of God. God is the same always and forever, and from that point on, you begin to see him recalling God's good behavior and the consistency of God in his life. And so what's changed is not the consistency of God when we go through times of suffering, but it is that our world is so darkened by whatever pain we're in that we begin to falter in our view of everything. We begin to view everything in a dark hue. And God is included in that. And so the psalmist understands that, the problem is, as I hurt, I look at God and I can only see my own pain. And so I have to step back and say, now wait a second, God is perfect, and God is wise, and God has not forgotten me. I am just hurting right now, and that's okay. But I cannot forget that God is my rock just because things have gotten difficult. That's your Daily Cup. That's your Psalm of the Day, and we'll see you tomorrow.